Okay, so today's video is going to be basically the financial realities of running a crochet business, because I do share my quarterly recaps and there's usually some level of profit at the end, but I just want to clarify that not every month is like that, especially when you're first starting out. I've only been in business for a year. I don't have the kind of following that turns into $10,000 a month like some other creators, and I imagine most of you won't have that success right away as well. Now that you won't ever, just don't expect that from the jump if that's your whole reason for getting into business. So I wanted to go over all my stats from January, because I think this is a good reflection of what can happen, especially in a slow season, right after Christmas. So we'll start with what I made on Etsy. We'll go into YouTube, we'll go into Amazon Associates, all my revenue streams, and then I'll tell you about my expenses. So on Etsy, I had 13 orders totaling $172.19. YouTube, I had an estimated revenue of $76.40 based off 16,000 views. I also did my sister's hair for $15. And Amazon Associates, 11 orders came in through my links, which netted $5.89. I will insert my total income here, because I don't know it right off the top of my head. I have the number after Etsy fees, and I guess I'll say that in a second. So the first thing you should be aware of if you're selling on Etsy are fees associated with it. It is cheaper than immediately getting your own website right away, because you'll pay $30 to $40 depending on your platform for your website, your e-commerce website, not just a blogging website. You have to be able to put products on it if you're going to sell products. So in addition to having that $30 to $40 a month, then you'll also pay fees on your sales as well. Usually just credit card fees, but there's a pretty high barrier to entry, because whether you get 100 sales or you get 0 sales, you're paying that $30 to $40 a month. Whereas Etsy, it's basically free to start. You can make your account for free, but as you're listing products, it'll cost you 20 cents a product. But that means you can list 10 products for 20 cents, and it's a lot cheaper than $30 to $40 a month. And then if you sell a product, that's when the Etsy fees come out. You don't have to pay for marketing starting out. You can, but you don't have to. You could also turn off offsite ads, which if an order comes in through offsite ads, it's 15% of your orders, so that's a little high for some people. I leave it on, and I do marketing between $1 and $1.50 a day, because I get pretty decent sales from that. So in January for marketing, I paid $56.50. My Etsy fees specifically that I paid Etsy on the $172.19 that I would have no choice in, because I do have a choice in the marketing, it came out to $15.15. So people complain that Etsy fees are so high, but I only paid $15 on that $172 I made. That's really not that bad. And then shipping, I choose to pay a little more for shipping because I like the tracking and insured packaging. I paid $37.72 in January to ship, which made my net profit on Etsy $62.82. So all my revenue streams together with the $62 Etsy profit, the actual profit, not just the revenue, the YouTube, the hair, the Amazon Associates, it comes out to $160.11 for the month. Now let me tell you what I spent. So on Amazon, I spent $207.05. Why? I needed a blocking mat for my course that I'm doing, my instructor course. I'll link that right here if you've not seen that video. I needed to get more safety eyes. I was out of the larger-ish sizes. I think I got 16, 18, and 20 millimeter. I got a portable monitor for doing tutorials, because my tutorial game is weak. So the portable monitor allows me to put my phone directly overhead, so it's looking at the table, so I don't have to be like this anymore to see if I'm in the shot. That's a lot of the times why the tutorials kind of look like trash. It's really hard to set up the shot when you can't see. So now I can plug in a monitor, have the monitor over here, seeing what my phone sees, and just be able to adjust and look over and see if I'm in the frame. So that should help. And then I got the phone light stand I'm using now for recording videos. It's a second one, because I do have one over here. I mean, the one over here is just a phone stand, but I like this one with the light. So yeah, I'm just trying to work on my angles. Necessary purchases, business purchases. Did I need to make them right now? Not necessarily, but I did, because I know I have money coming through the rest of the year. I've had my business a little while now. I know generally what I can expect to make, and I'm just banking on that being reality. I also spent $147.07 on yarn from Premier Yarns. I did a yarn haul video. If it's up, I'll link it right here. $6.50 on Patreon. I wanted to like learn my way around Patreon a little bit, so I subscribed to somebody. So that was like research, so I'm putting it like in here. I bought $88.56 worth of patterns on Etsy. There are free patterns, so you guys definitely don't have to have that expense unless you want that expense. I like buying patterns on Etsy because I can then print them. I even, and this might be a dumb business decision to some people, but I even have paid for free patterns that I could like get free elsewhere, so I have the convenience of printing it. And it, you know, that's one of those things where $2 or $3 a time doesn't seem too much until you buy like 10, 15, 20 patterns, and then that ish adds up. So just be aware of that. I paid $30 for an event that's coming up. I paid another $27.50 for another event that's coming up. I paid $149.11 for another event that's coming up. My instructor course I paid for is $170. I pay $9.99 a month for Cricut because I do my felt eyes, which if you want to order felt eyes, I haven't had an order for felt eyes in a little while, so you guys got to get on that. I do a bunch of colors. If there's a particular style you like, and my eyes I feel like are pretty affordable because you could get one pair if you just want to try them out or more, but I'll link that down below. I pay $10 a month for vidIQ, which is something for like SEO research for YouTube. $12.95 for Canva. I use Canva for literally everything. Oh, I had to pay my fourth quarter taxes, sales tax. So that was $221.45. That's the cost of running a business right there. $36, the aforementioned website. I have Squarespace. There's like not a whole lot on it. I still need to get around to it. It's hard being one person doing all the things, but we're getting there. We're getting there. You know, just chip away at it every day. ChatGPT, paid $20 a month. They do have free versions, whatever. But I was paying for it because I was using it like literally every day to like write outlines for my writing jobs and stuff when I was doing that. And I use it a lot for like product descriptions and social media posts. $9.99 for Google storage. I need like 2 terabytes of space because Marty and I share videos back and forth because she does my editing. I do $2.99 for iCloud storage for like my computer. So that makes my total expenses for the month of January $1,149.16. And I only made $160.11. So that means I lost $989.05 in January. However, mind you, January is not a super busy month, and I have 3 events booked up, already paid in February. That's where a lot of my money comes in. Etsy is more supplemental, and then of course like YouTube and Amazon is like teeny tiny supplemental. So I know within like a month or two I'll more than make this back, and then for the year like I'm gonna be totally fine. But this is like the cost of running a business. And do I necessarily recommend you buy all the things up front? No. Do I necessarily recommend, even if you have like knowledge of how your business performs, you buy all the things up front? Not necessarily, but this is kind of how I am as like a person and a business owner, and it might not be the best financial move, but you know, this is how I operate. I could, you know, like assuming my business just starts like completely flopping all of a sudden, this could be, you know, a loss for me, but you know, I tend to do pretty well, so I'm not worried about it. But you should just be like aware, you know, of the realities of running a business, because everybody likes to talk about the profits. Nobody talks about the expenses. And I've definitely been guilty of that. Like, oh yeah, my yarn's covered. I like it factored into my price. And I do. I've done the math on a lot of my products, and you're talking about usually like $5 worth of supplies or less for like each product. Obviously, it gets a little more when you're making big things, but like the mini octos, like it's like $1 to make them. Maybe even less. I haven't done that math in a while, but you're talking acrylic yarn, cents on the gram. You're talking safety eyes, and when you could get like 100 for $5, so you're talking about cents on the eye. And then I've bought, the last 2 times I've bought stuffing, I've been able to get the 20-pound box for like $50. So this much stuffing goes into it, a penny on stuffing. So yeah, the cost to make it is not much when you actually break it down. I know that Parfait Chunky breaks down to like 5 cents a gram, and Bernat Blanket breaks down to like 4.9 cents a gram or something like that last time I did the math, and that's paying full price. I very rarely pay full price for at least the Bernat Blanket. Premiere doesn't seem to be doing a lot of sales, so I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. I just wanted to go over the realities of running a business, because this is the side that most people gloss right over, and this is kind of what it can look like. But it's February 12th now, so I've already done my first 2 events, and like I've taken care of half this. So now I'm gonna go record that video. And yeah, if you'd like more crochet content, you can check out this video right here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.